Happy Sabbath, everyone, and a happy day to you all. Today, I just have a few words to share with you, of which have been a great encouragement to me. And I thought most of you could use some of these words, I've been thinking most of us in our lives face this situation of doubting God several times, more than usual. And in our lives, we are always cumbered with serious problems to the extent that we sometimes feel like maybe God doesn't care sometimes, or maybe He hasn't heard our prayers. But I would like to remind you today that the God we serve is a living God. He's a God who listens. He's a God who sees everything. Nothing goes unnoticed with God. I'll give you a few examples. God promised Joseph that one day he will be in leadership and that his family is going to bow down to him, including his parents. And he waited 13 years for God's promise to be fulfilled. Abraham was promised by God to have a son, and he waited 25 years for God's promise to be fulfilled. Moses, the famous guy, the guy who was born and raised up in Egypt, was promised by God to be with God as he leads the children of Israel and to be able to see the promised land. And it took him 40 years in the wilderness, just imagine, for God's promise to be fulfilled. Jesus, our Redeemer, waited 30 years for him to begin his ministry. Hannah waited 19 years for her to have a son. And imagine, all this time, they did not give up. They kept on keeping their eyes fixed on the promise that God gave to them. We see Simeon, the man who was promised to see Jesus, waited 360 years for him to be able to see Jesus ever since he was born. Daniel waited 3 weeks to receive an answer to his prayer. But when most of us have 2-3 days, 5 days, 1 week, it seems like God has not heard, and we feel like God doesn't care. I would like to remind you that God does care for us at all times, and He's ever there with us. He's ever ready, to solve our problems. But let us always wait for the right time, because God's time is the best. I'll leave you with one verse today, Isaiah chapter 40, verse 31. The Bible says, "But they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary, and they shall walk and not be faint." Isn't it great to see God's promise being fulfilled in your life at His own appointed time? If so, then join me as I sing this song for you. God will make a way where there seems to be no way. God will make a way where there seems to be no way. He works in ways we cannot see. He will make a way for me. He will be my God. Hold me closely to His side with love and strength for each new day. will make a way. He will make a way. Let's sing together once more. God will make a way where there seems to be no way. He works in ways we cannot see. He will make a way for me, or He will be my guide. Hold me closely to His side, with love and strength for each new day. He will make a way. He will make a way. Let us always trust God, because He'll always make a way where there seems to be no way. God bless you all.